while back, and we were talking to some people, and they used to say this in front of me when my dad was around. Said, "Yeah, you're old block," and my son said, "No, I'm not." He goes, "I'm a block off the old chip," and he's got all these witty lines, and I just thought about that for months and months. I thought it was the best line, so now I'm using it. My son taught me a line, but Uncle Chuck was so right about Mark that, it all starts from the top down in any successful venture in your life, whether it's children or whatever it is. And, our parents were the best, and that's where he learned it. I will say that he's a little better than the rest of us, but yeah. Mark was a very, very special human being. Malky. And my cousin Judy said this to me yesterday, and Dom, Chris, and Diane are in from Cincinnati. Of course, everybody knows Dom, Chris, and the gang of whatever it is, the gang of 5 from Guardian Angels. And they said to me, "Hey, Billy, did you catch that typo in the obituary that you wrote?" I said, "Well, I did spell check it. I know how to do that, but where's Dom, Chris?" We can talk about my relationship with Dom, Chris, but we're here to talk about Mark because, Dom pointed it out to me tonight, and I said, we did catch that, and a few people have pointed out to me, and what I did is I wrote what I felt about Mark because he was a selfless human being, and every single person that's been in this room over the last 2 days and everybody that knows Mark knows that he's selfless. But the word, when it came out, when I spell checked it, said selfishly. And after thinking about it, I think that mistake was in there on purpose. Because what it did is highlighted the thing that we all need to be thinking about. To be selfless, as Mark. And it's so ironic that that's the word that came out as a typo that was wrong. I meant to say selflessly, but it came out as selfishly. That guy has never been selfish a day in his life. Even when I played hockey with him, he always passed the puck. He played hockey the way he... No, but seriously, he played hockey the way he lived his life. He always was looking to give it to other people on the ice. And you can't... There are no words to express, in my opinion. I mean, I tell people that Mark was the most giving, kindest person I've ever met in my life. And he had a very crystal clear path with God in his life. And he, in many ways, was very Christ-like, walking on this planet. And I believe that. The only difference between him lying in that casket and sleeping is right now the roof would be caving in from him snoring. But so lots of times for me, like, I've decided to learn how to try to play the guitar, and I just kind of do my own thing. I took some lessons and tried to write some songs, and so for me, the grieving process was to try to express how I felt about Mark, thought about his life, and tried to write that in a song that you have in front of you. And I got up enough nerve to record it on my phone, and then made sure my siblings were okay with it, to express how I thought about Mark and what I felt about how he lived his life. And there's a lot of metaphors in this song, but I just hope it's okay if I play that for you, that you can listen to it so you can kind of get a feeling of how I felt about him and how I expressed it through my way, my grieving. But before I do that, on behalf of my mother and my family and our relatives here, I would like to thank each and every one of you for being here. I can't even tell you, we've been overwhelmed with love and compassion and support